You're listening to Webb on the Web, the WOW Network, Spartan Athletics on the Internet.
It's back to the hardwood for the men in green. The 5-1 Spartans get ready to tangle with their rivals from Chattanooga. The Spartans try to keep the athletic program's win streak alive tonight against the McCallie Blue Tornado. I'm here with my partners James Moon and Alex Lansing. And fellas, first of all, let's congratulate you on exactly what you have on your head there, Alex. The state championship belonged to the men in green just a little bit over 24 hours ago at this moment, guys. Unbelievable feeling from around the student body. Congratulations to you.
Well, thank you very much, Andrew.
Appreciate it. Coveted award. Very deserving. The Spartans had an excellent campaign this season, and we are very happy to have you be crowned the state champions here at Webb. So let's look ahead now. As we said, it's back to the hardwood for the men in green. Two big players for this McCallie team tonight, guys. And it's going to start off with Jordan Williams, number 2, and number
12, Jamal Calvin.
Yeah, 12, Jamal Calvin.
Coach Norris did our homework this morning in chapel. He told us that number 2 and 12 would be their best players. Encourage our players to respectably give them a hard time tonight. And so they're going to be big players. McCallie's big.
Yeah.
They might be a little inexperienced on the season. They've only played 2 games. They come in 1-1. So early in the season compared to the Spartans, on the other hand, who's 4-1 with just 1 loss during the Thanksgiving tournament out at Central.
You know, Calvin and Williams might be their 2 best, but don't let their record fool you. There's not a player on this McCallie varsity squad that isn't deserving of being in this position right now.
And this is a big matchup for the Spartans, one that they've seen on their schedule when it came out this spring. Obviously, one they circled, one they prepared for, and you know they have their eyes on this game and they're ready to play.
McCallie, an excellent team, like we said, from Chattanooga. The men in green have been waiting all week for Thursday to get by first so that state championship can come back to Knoxville, and then the student body will focus on this game. And, guys, there's a good student section here tonight.
Great student section.
We are looking forward to the energy around this place. But going back to what you guys were talking about, Webb's record, the Spartans are 5-1 on the season. Unbelievable stuff. They have beaten Knox Central, Hardin Valley, Maryville, Knox Central again, and then at South Doyle, their only loss of the season.
And Coach
Norris
just came over here, gave us a little pregame talk. He said we cannot let them catch and shoot tonight. Watch the Spartans that have high intensity on defense. They like to run a little full court press. Let's see how successful they are in doing that tonight.
So like I mentioned, this is Andrew Robinson, and we're going to have my partners James Moon and Alex Lansing join me here from the Lee Athletic Center. It's about time for tip-off for the men in green. Coach Ricky Norris, the head man at the Spartans. Unbelievable record he has here for Webb basketball. He's really turned the program around, guys.
This is definitely a team. They made it to the state semifinals and lost to DCA in a close one. They returned. They only lost 3 seniors.
They lost 3 seniors last year in Neighbors, Gray, and Blands, but I feel very optimistic seeing this new lineup with 4 new faces on the Spartans varsity squad this year.
Oh, definitely. It looks like we are 20 seconds away. We're going to get in the starting lineups here in a second. And
we're going to get into the starting lineups right now. It's brought to you by the Shrimp Dock. First of all, we're going to go to the McCallie. Number 1, that's C.J. Fritz. 2 is Jordan Williams. 5, Nick Jacobs. 12, Jamal Calvin.
And 10,
Winston Whitner. And we have the national anthem. We'll come back with Webb's. You're listening to Webb on the Web, the WOW Network. And now for the men in green, you have the senior number 2, Brandon Neighbors. Justin Jenkins, number 3, only a sophomore in the starting lineup. Junior, number 5, Austin Cox. Another senior, number 13, Burton Sampson. And a much improved number 14, Troy Whiteside, rounds out the starting 5 for the men in green. James, we'll start with you. When you look first at Webb's lineup, what do you see?
I see experience, Andrew. Like we were talking about earlier, this team only lost 3 seniors from last year, and all of these 5 starters had significant playing time last year for the team. So experience will not be an excuse this season for the Webb Spartans.
Alex, on the McCallie end, we just saw the players introduced, and the Blue Tornado look quick, fast, and ready to go tonight here from the Lee Athletic Center.
I see a good balance with this McCallie team. This is going to be a well-fought match, and when it comes down to it, it's going to come down to the effort plays and the hustle plays and the little plays that go up from beyond scoring the basketball that are going to determine the outcome of this game.
A couple key misses for the Spartans in terms of eligible players. You have Liam Willoughby and Cole Sams, 2 big men for the men in green, having to sit out, recently coming off football actually 1 day ago, as we mentioned. Can't mention it enough because it's such an incredible accomplishment, but guys, we are ready for basketball.
Absolutely, and this means that Burton Sampson and Justin Jenkins will have to be wary with their aggressiveness on the defensive end of the floor, because foul trouble with the big men for the Spartans is...
Yeah, and that definitely hurts Webb down low, obviously, with missing Cole and Liam. Liam, a guy who was Burton's backup last year. So look for Dean Minyard to have a good game off the bench down low. Looks like...
Jumping for the Spartans will be Burton Sampson, Nick Jacobs for the Blue Tornado, and we are set for tip-off here from the Lee Athletic Center. The Fruit Loops and Orange Juice all being held up into the air for this opening tip.
And Jacobs is big. He's got about 2 inches on Burton, but he controls the tip.
And Troy Whiteside with it for the men in green. Whiteside, right side, trying to get a screen. He will get one from Sampson. He'll pass it off back to Troy Whiteside. Here comes a screen from Burton. McCallie will hedge. Whiteside to the basket, runs it up, misses the layup, and a follow by Burton Sampson.
Great job by Burton to be down there and put the rebound back in.
McCallie coming out in a man defense to start this matchup. Going to press the Spartans and try to wear them down on the offensive side of the ball.
McCallie breaks the press, fires in. That was a pass from Whitner. Couldn't get it in, and a lob pass from Sampson to Cox, and couldn't make the layup, but he's going to the line.
Great teamwork, great vision by both Cox and Sampson on that play.
Very fast so far. The Spartans and the Blue Tornado are running up and down the court. Look for that to continue throughout the ballgame.
A pass off the rim for the Blue Tornado leads to a Webb transition. Cox gets fouled on the layup. He makes the first free throw. Second free throw is up and off the back iron, no good. So Webb up 3-0, and here come the Blue Tornado.
This student section is great tonight. They are getting on their players.
Absolutely, especially this early in the season.
Fritz gives it up to Williams, top of the key. Williams drives inside, pulls up from a deep two. No good.
Same
Tip
team.
for the rebound. It's going to be Cox. Cox up Jenkins on the left side. Jenkins going to drive inside, get stripped, and they're going to call a travel.
Took too many steps there.
On Justin Jenkins. Coach Norris not happy with the call, but that does not deter the official, and it's going to be McCallie basketball.
Now, Andrew, as you mentioned earlier, we have 2 new starters in Whiteside and Cox this year. Both of them bring a balance and an excellent shooting and steady hand for the Spartan offense, and good replacements, in my opinion, to the lost Neighbors and Blantz.
Calvin dumps it to C.J. Fritz. Fritz drives inside, off the glass, no good. Jenkins gets the rebound. Webb trying to push it in transition. They will get it to Whiteside. Whiteside pulls up. 15-foot jumper, no good. Jenkins fights for the rebound.
Just off of the back rim there, Andrew.
Williams gets it, and it's up ahead quickly for McCallie. The shot goes off the back iron for Calvin. Webb again trying to push it. Like you said, James, very quick-paced here in the opening couple of minutes. Jenkins, guy jumps off.
Coach Norris didn't like that shot. Austin Cox was open on down here in the corner, and he wanted to move the ball around a little bit more.
Neither did I. Jenkins had no rebounders down low, and that's a very low percentage shot for the big guy.
There goes Jenkins, fires a 3 off the back iron again, no good, and McCallie gets the rebound, so it's still 3-0. And it's going to be Williams. Williams tries to work on Jenkins, and he'll dump it off to Fritz.
So far, Spartans doing a phenomenal job with Coach Norris's pregame philosophy, preventing the catch and shoot from the Tornado.
Dump off inside, working on Cox is number 10. That's Winston Whitner. And Whitner gets the basket. It's going to be 3-2.
Yeah, Whitner and Jacobs have some height over Burton. And then our next tallest guy on the court is probably Justin. He's more of a guard-type player. So let's see how big of an impact that is. McCallie might try to get the ball down low. Obviously, their best players are 2 guards.
Ball goes inside to Sampson. He'll try it off the glass. No good. Fights for a rebound. Doesn't get it. And McCallie with it now with Calvin. Calvin going to get it back to Williams, who crosses the timeline. Fires over to Fritz. Drives inside a little bit. Fires it way off the mark. And the offensive rebound. 2 back-to-back offensive rebounds by Jordan Williams. And this is a guy that Webb was very hesitant of coming in. And that's why Alex back-to-back rebounds.
Absolutely, and Webb's doing a great job of defense right now, but they cannot get complacent with their defending ability, and they're going to have to continue to execute the small little things like boxing out and closing in on the offense, and if they don't, McCallie will capitalize.
And a shot by Williams is way off the mark. Or Calvin, excuse me. Webb going to get the ball now. Fire to Cox. Cox pulls up from a deep 3 range. No good.
Just off the rim, and Coach Norris is yelling at his players to get to the ball after the shot and get an offensive rebound.
Fritz going to try to drive inside, and he's going to get blocked by Burton Sampson. Webb now in transition. Jenkins crosses the timeline. Webb has numbers. He pulls up, fakes the shot.
Just off the back part of the rim.
Dumps it off to Sampson. He missed the layup. He thought he made it. He missed it.
Oh, he steps out of bounds there, Andrew, and it's going to be Webb basketball. Webb's had a couple of fast breaks so far, and they haven't been able to convert those into points. Let's see if they can do a better job here through the end of the first quarter.
That's an excellent point. Webb going on the fast breaks, and instead of setting up an offense and running a design play, they're hurrying a few shots, as we've seen. And obviously, Coach Norris is livid with those shot selections. And let's see how Whiteside and the Webb offense responds to this.
Cox comes out
for Gormley and Minyard,
as well as Brandon Neighbors. Jenkins gets a screen from Minyard. Dumps it off to Sampson on the right side.
Gordon open here in the left corner.
Whiteside makes a great head fake.
Nice move.
Great hesitation by Whiteside there, and an even better finish.
5-2 the score. Webb in that full court press, and they're going to get it up ahead to Williams.
This game really has the feel of a Catholic game.
Absolutely. This student section is on fire tonight for the
Calvin.
Webb Spartans.
Burton with a nice rebound there.
And it's going to be Whiteside pushing it for the Spartans. Whiteside drives again to the basket and lays it in.
Well done, Troy. Coach Norris encouraging the fast-paced game for the Spartans, and they are living up to his expectations.
Crossing the timeline now with numbers is McCallie.
Nice.
Sampson fighting for the
it.
ball in the
Coach
ground.
Norris calls for timeout, and he gets it.
Timeout by the Spartans, and Webb has the momentum in this basketball game so far in the first quarter. With 3:37 to go in the first, it's 7-2 Spartans. We're going to take a quick commercial break. You're listening to Webb on the Web, the WOW Network.
Support for Webb and the WOW Network comes from University General Surgeons, Drs. Anderson, Daly, Nicholas, Taylor, Smith, Curick, and Tucker, specializing in routine and complex surgical cases at the UT Medical Center.
Welcome back, Spartan fans, to the Lee Athletic Center. It's Webb on top. 7-2 over McCallie. Webb with the basketball after an aggressive hustle play by Burton Sampson.
Great hustle play there by Sampson.
Troy Whiteside kind of trapped in the corner, dumps it off to senior Sampson. Sampson and a
blocking
foul on number 24. That's Eric Wolf. Wolf, his first foul, checks into the game for the Blue Tornado over the break.
While he's staying in the game, I don't think Coach Ricky Norris could have asked for a more opportune start for his Spartans here as they lead McCallie 7-2, and their hustle tonight has clearly dominated, is a clearly dominant aspect of this ball game.
Minyard trying to find somebody, and he dumps it
bad
off.
Pass.
Pass is intercepted by Williams. Williams drives the length of the floor and then dumps it off in the last second. That one was for Alfred. And Webb with numbers now.
He's got Sampson.
Takes
it himself.
And one. The blocking foul.
That could have been a charge. That could have gone either way there, Andrew. And the Spartans get lucky with that call.
Once again there, you see Jenkins and Sampson running the floor together as Webb takes the advantage and the man up on these fast break opportunities, and they are capitalizing on every aspect of the court at the moment.
So Austin Cox and Brandon Neighbors come up to this scores table here.
Justin Jenkins at the line trying to make this a 10-2 basketball game. Jenkins Free throw is up. Off the back iron, no good.
Go,
Gets his
rebound.
rebound. Gets it off to
Gormley.
Kevin Gormley for the basket. Kevin Gormley decided to play basketball this season. The Spartans are glad to have him, and he dumps it off there. Almost gets the steal. Now Fritz with it in the front court. Fires wide open underneath the basket. Was Eric Wolf. Good recognition that time by Fritz. Saw Wolf and gave it right to him. White side.
And that was Justin's man on defense. He forgot the guard there. Couldn't get a good, did not play very well.
And Whiteside with it now, trying to work past the man offense. And it's going to be a foul on Eric Wolf. Wolf picking up his second foul. And now Jenkins and Whiteside will come out, and Neighbors and Cox will come in.
Coach Norris doing a great job of keeping his players fresh. As we mentioned earlier, he does not have a lot of depth in the Spartan bench tonight, and so he's going to have to continue to circulate these players in and out to keep their legs fresh and keep them at a competitive level.
Almost 5 seconds.
Yep.
Trying to look for Cox, and eventually he's going to dump it off to Sampson. Sampson really trying to work past Calvin.
He's got Cox up. Gormley's, there's nobody near Gormley.
Neighbors looking Gormley's way, now cuts back. Picked up his dribble in the lane and now dumps it back off to Gormley. It's going to be a blocking foul.
They're going to call that on Brandon.
Neighbors.
First team foul for the Spartans tonight.
Both Neighbors and Sampson, very effective senior leaders, both on the court and off the court for this team.
Webb now going to have to play it again on the defensive end. So far, so good for the Spartans tonight. They lead at 11-4.
Great job defensively so far.
It's going to be Williams into the front court, dumps it off.
Yeah, and I jinxed myself.
Too easy for Nick Jacobs. And Webb again. Only up 5, 11-6. Cox, the point guard, tries to take it across the timeline. He will do so. Dump it off to Sampson. Sampson gives it back to Cox on the left wing, loses his footing, regains it, now drives baseline, tries for the layup, and one. They're going to call that a shooting foul. So Austin Cox drives the lane, puts it in, and has a chance for an old-fashioned three-point play.
Just a great job there by AC in the corner. Makes a couple good dribbles and puts up the shot through the foul and makes the basket. And a little confusion on who's subbing in, but Jenkins checks into the ballgame.
And one shot for Cox. He's going to get it up and good. A three-point play the old-fashioned way for Austin Cox, and Webb back to an 8-point lead, 14-6. McCallie breaks the press and gives it to Williams. Williams, ball kind of dribbles over into the corner to Zach Hobbs. Hobbs having some trouble getting it off, and he will do so. To Alfred. Alfred works it in this time to Jacobs. Jacobs back out top of the key. That's Williams. Williams pulls up a deep three, and it's good.
He made the shot, but the Spartans did a great job offensively. That was a great shot by Williams in that play.
Jenkins fires inside, no good, gets his rebound, kicks out Sampson, wide open three.
Just
off the back iron, and a rebound by number 5, Nick Jacobs.
That's the second offensive rebound Justin's been able to get off his shot.
Absolutely, these second chance points are going to be critical.
Drives to the basket and a blocking foul.
And they're going to call the blocking foul, yep.
Jamal Calvin using his athleticism. Gets the finger roll and a blocking foul, so McCallie with a chance to cut this to a 2-point game.
Yeah, they're going to call that on Austin Cox. That's his first, team's second.
The student section getting really into it here. Calvin at the line. His free throw is up, and it is good. So a 2-point game. Webb had its lead up to 8, and now it's back to 2. 14-12, 1 minute exactly to go here in the opening quarter of play. Cox dumps it off to Jenkins on the left side, and it's going to be a foul.
Oh, he picked up his pivot. Yeah, he picked it up, and just super turnovers can't do that.
Gives the ball right back to McCallie with a chance to tie or take the lead. It's going to be Calvin. Calvin to Williams. Williams pulls up, gets his shot deflected a little bit by Sampson, but it still manages to go in.
And McCallie's on a run here. Spartans, crucial possession here on offense. They need to stop this run. And that's going to go out of bounds. And
dribbles it off his foot out of bounds, and McCallie with a chance to take the lead.
Now these next few possessions are going to be critical ones as McCallie has dimmed down the Spartan momentum. And these next few possessions are going to be well thought out and will determine who will come out victorious here in this first period.
Calvin looks at the clock, and they're just going to hold for the last shot. Calvin, the ball near the timeline. Jenkins playing tight man defense. Calvin tries to work on Jenkins. Now we're down to 5 seconds. He tries to drive the lane, pulls up deep two. Off the glass, no
great rebound by
Burton Sampson, and that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. At the end of one, we've got it tied up here at the Lee Athletic Center. It's 14-all. You're listening to Webb on the Web, the WOW Network.
Hey, after a Spartan touchdown, why don't you touch down at your local shrimp dock? With locations in Bearden and Farragut, the Shrimp Dock is owned and operated by Webb parents and is the place to get your shrimp, scallops, and the only place in Knoxville to get fresh fish. So come on into the Shrimp Dock. Tell them Boomer sent you and enjoy the freshest seafood in town.
So welcome back, Spartan fans. It's a tie ball game here at the end of one. And, guys, just at the half, we saw the dance team out. They are just a phenomenal group. Kudos to them. Basketball season, enjoy their time to shine, and they love it.
So McCallie will start with the ball.
And so here come the Blue Tornado with Williams. Williams this time working on Whiteside. Tries to drive inside. Dumps out. And a long two from the short corner that time by Alfred is up and no good. And Brandon Neighbors and the Webb Spartans will settle down and set up the offense. Cox gets the ball from Neighbors. Back to Whiteside on the left side. Back to Cox working the two-guard front. Again to Whiteside. Whiteside uses a good head fake. Kicks out Justin Jenkins. Jenkins open for three. Off the mark, no good. And it's going to be rebounded by Nick Jacobs.
The Spartans have not been able to convert a shot from outside so far tonight.
And a kick out to number 23, that's Hobbs. Does nothing, and it's going to be Calvin with it. Calvin over to Williams. Williams thinks about a shot, and he's double teamed. Whiteside playing excellent man defense.
And they're going to get a 5 second goal.
With the ball. Good defense by Troy Whiteside.
Great defense by Troy.
Now this quarter is where it's going to start getting interesting in terms of scoring-wise. The Spartans have been out there, every single one of them basically, playing for the entire first quarter, and now their legs are tired, no doubt about it. McCallie's going to start displaying their depth and see if they can out-hustle the Spartans here.
And that's going to be last touch by McCallie. Webb basketball.
So Webb going to retain possession with 6:50 to go. We're still knotted at 14. Cox going to inbound it. He will do so to Whiteside. Whiteside hesitant.
They're going to call a foul on Calvin.
Jordan
that's on Williams.
Picks up the foul for McCallie on a hand check right as he tipped the ball out. Let's go, Ricky Chan starts in the student section. Cox will inbound it.
Not every day you can just call the Dean of Students Ricky to his face.
That's true. Sampson open for three, fires off the mark. So far, Webb off the mark from three tonight. And it's going to be Calvin. Calvin
out of bounds.
That pass from Alfred sails out of bounds. And it's going to be Webb basketball.
McCallie has the speed and the ability to do so, but they might want to consider slowing down the pace of this game a little bit and really setting up their offense and try to wear out the Spartans and outwork them down low.
Whiteside gives it off to Sampson. Sampson dumps it Cox in the short corner. Looks for Sampson again. Open jumper. Fires in and out.
In and out.
Ball tipped up and around and finally taken down by Nick Jacobs. Pushing the pace is Jamal Calvin. Calvin. Sampson on Calvin. Now back to Neighbors, and it's going to be a pass intended for
another
Hobbs.
bad pass. Careless turnover again from McCallie.
One-handed pass, and it was sloppy. Agreed, James.
So Hobbs tried to catch the pass. Can't do so. It's going to be Webb with the basketball. So after a extremely fast first quarter. We have seen 0 points here in the second. And a kick out this time goes to Neighbors, but a foul called before the shot. Webb going to retain possession. It looks like that foul was on number 11, Alfred. Webb now in the bonus. They're going to go to the free throw line.
AC, don't settle for jump shots. Let's go. Take it to the bucket.
It's going to be Jenkins. And the 1-and-1 misses it. Rebound tipped around. Neighbors couldn't finish underneath, but good hustle all in all. McCallie going to end up with the basketball with 5:40 to go in the half. And they're going to call a hand check there on Whiteside, trying to keep up with the very speedy Jordan Williams. So far, Alex, Jordan Williams and Calvin have been everything we thought they would be.
Obviously, both of them are extremely athletic players and are phenomenal basketball players, but Webb has done a great job of neutralizing their talent, and I'd be naive not to credit the student section a little bit with that. If we've been hearing them throughout the night just on Calvin and on Williams, and you got to wonder if that's affecting their play in any way.
Whoa. And it's going to be a travel violation on Alfred. Another turnover by McCallie, and it's going to be Webb basketball once again.
And we're almost 3 minutes into the second quarter without a made basket by either team.
Jenkins is obviously still a physical and a dominant presence on the court. He just seems a little off tonight in terms of shooting the ball.
Jenkins drives inside, makes a move, gets past, gets his offensive rebound, and puts it back in.
Just a great job of following a shot.
First bucket of the second half is credited to Justin Jenkins. And it's going to be Alfred for the Blue Tornado. Guarded tightly by Whiteside, keeps his footing. Alfred tries to get past Whiteside, flings it out, stolen by Sampson. And it's going to be a double dribble on Merton Sampson.
And McCallie's going to call a 30-second timeout.
Timeout, Blue Tornado. We're going to take one as well with 4:44 to go. It's Webb 16.
Support for Webb and the WOW Network comes from University General Surgeons, Drs. Anderson, Daly, Nicklaus, Taylor, Smith, Curick, and Tucker, specializing in routine and complex surgical cases at the UT Medical Center.
Look for McCallie coming out of the timeout to get some kind of set play here to work.
Once again, this student section is absolutely hounding the Blue Tornado on these inbounds plays.
They will inbound it to Williams, or Calvin, excuse me. Calvin working on Neighbors. Stolen by Whiteside. Ball never was fully in possession, and it's going to go off of Whiteside's foot. Back to McCallie.
And Coach Norris won the foul there.
Calvin going to inbound it to Williams, and McCallie going to have another offensive possession. They have been very prone to turnovers so far in this game. We'll see what the Blue Tornado can do here. Screen, and a deep, deep three that time by Williams.
He might be a good player, but he needs to work on his shot selection.
Look at that shot by Troy
Great
Whiteside.
job by Troy. Baby Troy.
For number 14, Whiteside. And Webb opens up the lead again to 4 points, 18-14. Ball across the timeline with Williams. Williams double teamed. He'll dump it off to Calvin. Calvin tries to drive. Over to Alfred, and a three by Hobbs in the corner, misses. Whiteside hustles for the rebound, and a foul on number 2, Jordan Williams.
Whiteside, a first-year starter, and he is living up to any expectation anyone had of him tonight, both in terms of scoring the ball and off the ball and hustle plays.
Yeah, Troy's really having a great game tonight.
Webb into the bonus, so they will go to the free throw line.
And Nick Jacobs, the big guy from McCallie, will check back in.
So Williams is going to have to sit out with 2 fouls. He may need to work on shot selection, but this McCallie coach knows that they're going to need him if they want to win this game.
And a technical foul assessed to McCallie's head coach.
Yeah, then it's going to be on the coach.
Couldn't control his emotions, so now Webb will get 2 technical free throws, and the free throws from
Man,
the shot.
you know, that's got to be demoralizing to the McCallie players on the court. They're giving it everything they got out here just to have their coach lose his temper. And unfortunately, Webb will get 2 free shots and the possession
So
out
now
of this.
Whiteside.
Whiteside's free throw. Up and no good.
A minute of chit chat till we can get all the players lined up, okay?
And so now they're going to sub in Burton Sampson.
The players.
All right, hey, play your game, guys. Let's go.
Sampson's
Play your game.
technical free throw is up and good, and now they're going to.
Play your
So
game,
Sampson,
guys.
I guess, are going to keep him at the line.
And he's getting 2 from the foul. And
Misses.
Gotta make free throws, guys.
Misses the free throw. Now a little confusion on both sides.
Should be the Spartans' ball.
And just those free throws seem to sum up Webb's offensive play today. Everything from outside is just not falling.
And so the officials trying to work this out here.
Looks like they're clearing up the previous
So that was a
foul
flagrant
before the
foul.
technical.
Yep.
And so Webb going to keep the basketball. They make one of the free throws attempted. It's 19-14, a 5-point game. 3:50 to go. Whiteside with it. He's going to try. And it's going to be Jenkins. Drives inside, misses the layup. Sampson tries. Ball still tipped around. Kick out Austin Cox over to Troy Whiteside. Back to Cox. And he's going to use a head fake. Drive to the basket and lay it in. Great head fake and move.
Great
by Austin
penetration,
Cox.
great head fake, great dribble off the drive, and great finish by Cox.
So now the Spartans' lead is back up to 7 as they've shut out McCallie so far this quarter.
McCallie going to break the press, work it inside, and a charge.
Great job by Burton there to pick up the foul. Now Gormley will come up to the scores table and sub in for Justin.
And that's just a player out of control underneath. Number 10, Winston Whitner,
Good job, Justin.
gets
Get a
assessed
drink.
with
Get
the
a drink.
charge.
Get a drink. Get a drink. Come on now.
And here comes Troy Whiteside
AC, let's go. Can't stay there. Let's
for
go.
the Spartans, taking it across the timeline. Whiteside works it to the right side.
Counts on.
And he'll go back to Gormley. Gormley looks for the screen from Sampson. He'll get it. Ball on the ground, back to Sampson. Sampson kicks it out to Neighbors. Neighbors thought about the 3, doesn't take it.
Yeah, the pass was just too slow getting out there, and by the time he got there, the defender was on him.
Here comes Brandon. He's going to try to drive. Kicks it out to Kevin. Back to AC. Open 3. Missed it. Sampson hustles for the rebound. Cox going to get it. Cox kick out Gormley. Gormley spots up for 3. Way off.
Way off.
And it's going to be a foul on Austin Cox trying to strip the ball away from Winston Whitner. And it's going to be McCallie basketball. Down 7.
Finishing might be a little off for the Spartans, but their ball distribution is top-notch tonight.
Cox going to take a seat on the bench for a few seconds after he commits the foul. So McCallie going to try to break the Spartans' press. Ball tipped up into the air, and it's going to be Hobbs. Hobbs crosses the timeline. He's pressured by Jenkins and Whiteside and throws it out of bounds. Webb, another forced turnover. Too many to count so far in this first half, James.
Yeah, you know, Webb's done a great job of playing high intensity on defense, limiting the catch and shot, like Coach Norris said earlier.
They're going to kick it over to Jenkins. Jenkins looks for a screen from Sampson. Sampson rolls.
Burton was on the roll, yep.
Jenkins tries to lean her in the lane, doesn't get it. Burton keeps hustling. Jenkins tries to dump it off.
Troy!
And
there he
Troy
gets
goes
the
for
reach.
the steal.
And that's going to be his second personal foul. So with 2 minutes left of the half, you'd hate for him to pick up another foul.
So a foul on Whiteside gives the ball back to McCallie. 21-14.
And James, as you mentioned earlier, McCallie still yet to score this quarter. A huge compliment towards the Spartan defense.
Looking for a screen is Calvin. Calvin gets one. He'll take it to the corner, loses footing, keeps his dribble though. That was pretty impressive right there. He's going to get a screen from Whitner, dumps off inside on the roll of Whitner. Whitner tries for the bucket.
Rolls out.
Won't get it. And it's going to be Whiteside able to corral the rebound. Neighbors tries to push it down the lane. And it's going to be tipped out of bounds in control of the Spartans.
Be smart. No dumb ones.
So with 1:33, Webb going to maintain possession. Whiteside comes out, and they're going to put Cox back in. Cox with the next to the timeline, picks up his dribble, going to give it to Sampson. Cox sets a screen. And he's going to get one from Sampson. Double team. Burton wide open on the baseline. Good recognition and finds Gormley cutting the lane.
Nice job
and
by
lays it
Kevin.
in.
Great job to remain composed by Cox in that double team and find Sampson, who found Gormley for the easy two.
It's going to be Hobbs. He'll pass it cross court to Alfred. Alfred in the short corner to Whitner. Back to Alfred. And it's going to be top of the key. Jamal Calvin. Calvin pulls up a deep
Way off.
three.
God.
Missed that one badly, and Gormley comes down with a rebound.
Yeah, bad shot there. He was way off balance.
Gormley going to try to push it. Finds Jenkins. Jenkins cuts it into the lane. Uses good ball moves and scores. Justin Jenkins driving the lane and puts it in.
As all the Spartans just taking advantage of this McCallie man defense.
With 30 seconds here left.
Whitner tries to drive. Get past Sampson.
Oh.
Can't do so. It's going to go to Hobbs. Hobbs over to Alfred. And he is holding on to the basketball. He's going to try to work Cox and Alfred. Inside. And a charge on number 13. Burton Sampson gets the charge. But it was number 5. Out of control. That was Nick Jacobs driving the lane.
Can you hear me?
Driving the lane. Webb going to try to hold on to the basketball for the last shot.
Got what you want right here.
Cox.
Got what you want.
Using some clock here. We're under 10 seconds to go in the half. He's going to try to drive baseline.
Gets a pick. Burton's there.
And it's going to be a block on Burton Sampson.
Yeah. And that's going to be Burton. And that's his first foul, and he's been able to stay out of foul trouble so far this first half.
And
As freshman Chris Zion will check into the game here. Zion going to give Cox a break, just probably to prevent a foul and just give some fresh legs for this last defensive stand here with 5 seconds left.
5 seconds, and it's going to be Calvin. Calvin throws it to Hobbs. Hobbs fires a
Off bounds.
three.
Air ball.
Air ball and no good. Webb holds McCallie to 0 points in the second quarter. Scores 11, and the Spartans lead at the half, 25-14. It's so the dance team on the floor.
Knoxville, a proud supporter of the WOW Network. I'm in the warehouse here at Duo Fast in Knoxville. They have all your nailing and stapling needs. Next time you're building a house or a tree house or maybe a dog house, come on down to Duo Fast in Knoxville on Paper Mill Drive.
All right. Hi, I'm Kenzie Whelan, and I'm here with Jack Grayson, our quarterback, and Skip Garner, our offensive lineman. Now, Jack, I just want to talk a little bit about the game. How did you prepare your team, leading your team into the state championship?
For our team, it was easy to prepare. I mean, we've been working at this since January. We've been 4 days a week through the summer heat, and we knew this was the ultimate goal, and it wasn't too hard to get ready for this game.
Skip, I want to talk to you a little bit about the line. How did you work your players to prepare on the line?
Well, we got a new coach, and he's pretty experienced, so we just trusted him, and everyone knew what to do.
All right, awesome. Now I'm here with our two running backs. Robbie, you had some great runs. What do you think were the keys to your success in the game?
It was definitely our linemen and the blocking. I mean, they made it extremely easy. The holes were huge, and just did a great job all the way down the field and made it a great game. Easy to go through.
And TK, just incredible season, finishing up with the state championship. Just how do you feel about this, and how do you feel coming into next year, and you guys being seniors and leading your team to next year?
Well, yeah, it's kind of crazy. I remember being a freshman, and now all of a sudden I'm the senior of the football team, so it's pretty astonishing. But it's great winning the state championship. We're really happy that we won it, and we're definitely looking forward to getting another one next year.
All right, boys, thanks so much. This is your 2012 state championship.
And now we're joined by Webb wingback Robbie Strong, offensive MVP, had 133 rushing yards with 2 touchdowns. Pretty impressive night against in Cookeville last night.
Yeah, it was exciting. It was a great game. I mean, yeah.
So, what do you think was the key to your success last night?
Well, it was definitely our linemen and the blocking scheme, and our linemen just executed perfectly. They got everything all blocked down and made the holes huge for me to run through and all the way down the field, and then our wingbacks also, and then it was just going into the end zone pretty much.
And then defensively at linebacker with the addition of Mitchell, what changed for the linebackers this week?
Well, Brant was in our scheme last week, and I mean, he's been a huge help. Of course, he got defensive MVP, and I mean, he's killing it out there. And I mean, we've been working the last year. We decided that after our last game that we lost, we need to work on our passing scheme. And So the coaches called us in and before playoffs, and we decided to start working on our passing scheme, and we got all the linebackers in there, and we started getting down on that. And I mean, we pretty much stopped their quarterback, who is runner up in Mr. Football, and we completely just held him down and didn't let him score very much at all. So,
Robbie, what are you looking forward to about next year for the football team?
Well, I'm just excited to get out there and lead our team, and all of our players. We're losing our seniors, which are very valuable, of course, but I mean, we're going to get back out there and we're going to work hard this whole summer and us off season, working out and getting strong and just working and finding out who's going to fill those spots and get excited to go after another state title.
All right, thanks, Robbie. And we'll be back here with more second half coverage from the Lee Athletic Center. You're listening to Webb on the Web, the WOW Network.
All right.
Welcome back, Spartan fans, to the Lee Athletic Center as we wrap up halftime. Webb with the lead, 25-14. Let's hear some scoring totals. And that I will give it to James Smith. James.
Yep, scores for the Spartans. Justin Jenkins lead. There's a three-way tie for the lead at 6 points. Justin Jenkins, Austin Cox, and Troy Whiteside all share 6 points apiece. Kevin Gormley has 4, and Burton Sampson, the senior leader, has 2. So here in the second half, seconds away from starting. Let's see how Webb can do offensively. They've missed a lot of outside shots. See for them to set up a lot of plays down low inside. But they've been playing great defense, Andrew. Held McCallie to 0 points in that second quarter. So we'll see what happens here.
And the student section back into it. Webb will get the ball to open the third quarter. Whiteside with it. He'll cross the timeline. Cox tries to drive inside. He won't do so. Pass to Sampson.
Burton. Oh, they call a charge.
And a charge.
Tough call. Yeah, that's a really tough call there, Andrew. You know, you can make the argument that the McCallie defender didn't have a claim to the spot, but
great
that's
setup,
the call.
Great backdoor cut. Unfortunate ending for Ricky Norris and the Spartans.
So Burton picks up his second personal foul.
And it's going to be a pass tip by Fritz and controlled by Williams. Back to Calvin. Calvin dumps it off inside strip. Gets it back as Jacobs, and then Austin Cox out rebounds Jordan Williams. Gets it up quickly to Sampson, back out to Neighbors, and they'll set up the offense. Neighbors to Whiteside. Whiteside tries to drive inside, gives it out to Cox. Cox wide open for 3. No good.
Another
Rebound by Sampson. Underneath, double teamed by Hobbs and Calvin. He'll make the basket.
Yet another second chance point for the Spartans off of hustle play and that offensive rebound.
And it's going to be McCallie controlling it up the floor and with Fritz. Fritz over on the left side, tries to center it up, top of the key. He'll dump it off to Williams. Williams drives inside, makes a good move on Whiteside. Ball tipped around, kept alive. Fritz gains control, fires from the free throw line, no good.
Another rebound.
Austin Cox getting up and out rebounding. Jacobs tips it up and Whiteside controls it. Whiteside drives, kicks out Neighbors. Neighbors wide open 3. He's going to fire one. That's no good over the backboard and out. So McCallie going to get it. Guys, Webb cannot hit from 3. So
they just won't fall, Andrew. I don't know what it is.
So McCallie again having to work against that full court press. Alex forcing a lot of turnovers tonight.
Absolutely. To be honest, I'm a little surprised Ricky Norris is coming out in the full court press. Obviously, he has faith in his team's fitness and conditioning, that he trusts them to finish off this game just as fast and furious as they started it. And he's looking in this full court press, trying to force some turnovers from this McCallie team.
And they're going to call a foul there on Troy Whiteside. That's his 3rd foul. And you'd hate to lose him with this early on with the way he's been playing tonight. It looks like Gormley's going to come up to the scores table to sub him out for a little while.
Jamal Calvin at the line, one of those 2-star players for this McCallie team.
And McCallie has scored a point.
First point scored in Goodness, a long time for
and
this
8+
team.
and 9+ minutes. That's a long scoring drought. And McCallie hopefully will be able to use this for them to get some more baskets on the offensive side.
And it's going to be again Calvin. Second free throw is up and good as well. So back to an 11-point game, 27-16.
As that's 4 points on the night for Jamal Calvin, all 4 of them from the line, which is a testament to the Spartan defense.
Sampson dumps it off to Neighbors. Neighbors tries to drive inside. He's got nothing there. Works it back out. Top of the key. Looks for a screen. Doesn't get one. Drives inside. Fires up a layup. No good. Sampson rebounds and puts it
Sampson
up.
has been doing phenomenal tonight on the boards for the Spartans.
That was a nice drive there by Neighbors to set it up, and Burton was able to get the rebound.
Absolutely.
Webb again in that full court press, and the combination of Calvin and Williams will break it. Williams with it, and he'll dump it off to Fritz. Fritz going to set up this McCallie offense with 5:35 to go in this third period of play. It's going to go over to Fritz again on the left side. Fritz, top of the key to Calvin. Calvin drives inside, pulls up from the free throw line and over Justin Jenkins. A contested shot falls for Calvin.
Well, at least the scoring drought has stopped for Calvin. Now he has 4 points on the half.
And it's going to be a block.
Yeah, handshake there on Gormley.
Kevin Gormley tries to set the screen for Sampson. Gets called for the foul, and it's going to go to McCallie.
Yeah, that'll be his first, team third. Just trying to set that pick and did not cover his hands.
And it's going to be point guard Williams trying to set this McCallie offense. They've cut the lead to 9. Excuse me, back. It is 11. It's going to be Calvin. Calvin fires again. A contested deep, too.
He missed it, but Calvin's looking a lot more confident this half, something the Spartans need to be wary about always.
Neighbors dumps it off to Sampson.
Oh,
He's
my
still
goodness.
over from the free throw line. It's going to be a foul on Justin Jenkins trying to get the rebound. Gets a little too aggressive underneath with Williams.
That'll be Justin's first. So here again, the full court press. It's caused some turnovers tonight.
Absolutely. Got to keep doing what's going for you. And it's going to be Fritz who dumps it off to Calvin. And Calvin gives it to Jacobs, back to Calvin. And McCallie going to set up the offense. 4:30 to go now. 29-18, Spartans in front. Gormley. It's Jacobs back. Ooh.
He tried to go for the dunk, and I'm sure his coach would have appreciated just a layup there.
Jamal Calvin misses the easy dunk. Up ahead to Kevin Gormley. Gormley tries to find some room to work. Kicks it out to Brandon Neighbors. Neighbors drives inside, dumps it off again to Gormley. Gormley underneath, can't make the basket. Rebound Sampson, put back is good.
Burton Sampson.
Burton's going off this half, 6 points so far.
And right now you have to admit Calvin appears to be playing with his emotions instead of his head as he wants to stick it to this Webb team.
It's going to be Hobbs. Hobbs
Wide
open
open
for three.
three.
Fires it no good, and a rebound by Neighbors. Webb pushing the offense. They're going to get it up quickly to Gormley. Underneath goes
blocking
a
foul.
blocking foul. He went for the layup, missed it, but a blocking foul on number 23. That's Hobbs.
Way to be aggressive there by Gormley. Good vision by Cox, seeing him up the floor. Great all-around play on the fast break, and let's see if Gormley can capitalize from the line.
And so now McCallie's going to call timeout and try to get things together. And we'll take a break as well. You're listening to Webb on the Web, the WOW Network.
Fast in Knoxville, a proud supporter of the WOW Network. I'm in the warehouse here at Duo Fast in Knoxville. They have all your nailing and stapling needs. Next time you're building a house or a tree house or maybe a dog house, come on down to Duo Fast in Knoxville on Paper Mill Drive.
Welcome back to the Lee Athletic Center. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be Kevin Gormley at the line for the Spartans for 2 shots after a missed layup and a blocking foul against McCallie. First
Webb
shot.
opting to go with no rebounders, meaning that either they have total confidence in Gormley's free throw ability.
Well, they're going to try to eliminate the fast break.
And it's going to be Gormley, no good, and now McCallie.
And that they do is this fast break is shut down.
Here comes Fritz. Fritz dumps it off Hobbs. Hobbs
nice
pass,
steal.
Tipped by Jenkins, and it's going to be controlled.
Over the back.
That was over and back for sure.
Ball goes inside.
And they're called foul.
Number 24, Eric Wolf, and a foul. It looks like it's going to be
Dean.
on number 1, Dean Mignard.
Fortunate for McCallie there was definitely an over and back violation committed.
But nonetheless, McCallie will be shooting 2 from the line.
Eric Wolf at the line for the first time tonight. Wolf's first free throw is off the front of the rim and no good. So Webb expanding the lead. They lead this thing.
As Chauncey Alford checks back into the game as he takes out Zach Hobbs, giving him a short break.
These next 3 minutes are going to be crucial for McCallie if they're going to want to get back in this ballgame. They're going to need some kind of run here.
You have to make your free throws, and they missed both at the line. It's still 32-18. Sampson controls the ball across the timeline. Working on Calvin. Dumps it off to Cox. Cox.
Nice defense there.
Double, dumps it to Dean Mignard. Back
Justin's
to Jenkins.
open.
Jenkins drives inside, pulls up. Short 2, up no good. Rebound by Sampson.
They got a double on Bird in the corner.
McCallie a lot more aggressive on defense as they are hedging screens.
Open for 3.
Body! Finally!
Great job by AC as McCallie's coming out a lot more aggressive in the defensive front. They're hedging screens and double teaming every opportunity they get. They know this game's about to get out of hand. They don't do something, and they're going to try to get some fast break points off of this.
Webb finally gets the 3, the draw.
Williams out front for the Blue Tornado. Williams guarded tightly by Jenkins. Great defense, and he's going to have to dump it off to Fritz. Mignard working on Fritz. Fritz pulls up from about the 3-point line off the front of the rim. No good. Gormley tries for the rebound.
Great rebound by
Sampson.
Who'd have thought Burton Sampson pulling down another rebound?
To Cox. Pulls up, and that shot's going to get deflected. Blocked. Gormley gets the rebound underneath. Goes up.
AC gets his own rebound.
Cox goes underneath, playing aggressive. Austin Cox, the back-to-back baskets. 5 points.
Well done by Cox, not giving up on the play even after the missed shot.
That's going to be Williams. Pulls up deep.
1:52 remains here in the third quarter.
Williams tries to work on Jenkins. Fires a deep shot.
Oh.
No good.
Oh!
And who are they going to call? They're going to call this foul on Justin Jenkins. Both went up for the rebound.
Huh.
Eric Wolf and Justin Jenkins both went up, and they call it on Jenkins, his second.
Yep. And that call could have gone either way again.
Very true. It looks like the McCallie player, that's 24 Wolf, came flying in from the 3-point line.
So now McCallie to inbound the ball from underneath. It looks like they're going to get a play set up here.
The Blue Tornado underneath their own basket. Trying to find something. They're going to call a foul.
And that's going to be, looks like and that's on Gormley.
So into the bonus go the Blue Tornadoes, and this is huge for McCallie, guys, in this last minute, 47.
This is gigantic.
Williams is going to shoot 1-on-1. He's going to need both of these shots to fall.
This is how you get back in a game like this. Points when the clock's not running. Williams' first free throw is up. And no good, in and out. Sampson with another rebound. Burton dumps it to Cox. Cox to Jenkins. Jenkins for 3.
Nope.
Off the iron, no good. Cox hustles for
Great
the ball.
save there by Cox. And that's going to be Webb basketball.
Austin Cox.
Hustle plays continue for the Spartans as it has been a dominant factor of this game as reflected in the score you see.
Justin Jenkins now to inbound after the hustle play by Cox. Gives it to Neighbors. Neighbors tries to set things up, drives the lane. Triple team, kicks out to Justin.
Find the open guy.
Burton tries to drive, nothing doing. Goes up with a shot, and he's fouled. Good decision by Sampson. He had Neighbors open, but he knew he could draw the foul, and he does.
And he'll shoot 2 from the line.
And that foul goes against Eric Wolf, number 24. So Burton from the line. The first one is up.
And it falls.
And good.
Such a consistent shooter Sampson is.
The lead has been opened to 20 points, 38-18. Sampson's second free throw is up and good.
Up to 21 now. Wow. Webb's been able to get on top of these guys, and they've kept their foot on the throttle.
21 points, 39-18 our score. It's going to be Fritz. Webb backs off on the full court press. Now they're just trying not to get, to limit McCallie's fast break opportunity, and it's going to be Calvin. Calvin trying to find something.
Watch the 5-second. Nope.
Calvin tries baseline, double team, shot no good.
Good help by Minyard there at the baseline to prevent the easy two.
And that's going to be a quick
nice pass by AC.
1 yard.
Awesome Cox. Another first-year starter looking sturdy tonight for the Spartans.
It's going to be McCallie now going into their last will here in the third quarter. Fritz drives baseline, shot off the glass, no good. Cox going to rebound.
Great hustle plays here so far in this third quarter by Cox.
Webb going to push. Gormley fires to Jenkins. It was open. He drives the lane. Better decision and lays it in. Open three. Alex, he thought better of it, drove the lane and lays it in.
Very mature decision by the sophomore. The penetration has been there all night for the Spartans, and it's been a key component in opening up the shots for them on offense.
And that's going to be out of bounds on McCallie, and Sampson's going to check back into the ball game for Dean Minyard. And for McCallie, Zach Hubbs will sub in, along with number 5, Nick Jacobs.
You know, it's got to be a true testament to this Webb offense, an offense who in the past has relied so heavily on the three-point shot to put up the points, as tonight, as James and Andrew have both previously mentioned, have been just stone cold from the line as they have made one or two. True testament to the inside game from the Spartan offense.
12.8 seconds. Cox fires a three. Off the mark, no good. Whiteside gets the rebound with time winding down and puts it in from the free throw line. The jumper falls. A half-court shot for McCallie.
Close.
But it will not fall. It was a close shot. Won't fall for the Blue Tornado. And Webb absolutely puts the pedal to the metal in the third quarter. Only limiting 4 points against McCallie. Alex, that's pretty good stuff.
I tell you what, this offensive rebounding and these hustle plays by the Spartan offense and defensive sides of the ball has contributed greatly to this success. And the demoralized McCallie team listens to their coach, who's trying anything he can now to get them back in this game and make it a competitive match.
Yeah, I mean, Webb's obviously a good basketball team this year with very veteran players and 4-1 on the season so far, but I don't think they were expecting this game, Andrew.
Yeah.
I thought personally, it'd be a closer game. Last year, the Spartans traveled to Chattanooga, and they were kind of on the other side of this game.
Yeah.
They lost by about 20 points, and obviously in a game where they were overmatched, and tonight it seems like to be the flip side.
It's a very good point.
Absolutely. 27-point advantage going into the fourth quarter for the Spartans. It'd be hard to think that Webb could choke this one. But if McCallie they can get something going on offense, they decrease their number of turnovers in that half.
Yeah, and look for Webb here to slow down the pace of the ball game. Keep intensity up on defense, but maybe on offense, slow it down, run a play, and get some good looks at the basket.
It's going to be Fritz. For McCallie tries to set it up.
Nice
Pass
steal.
stolen by Burton Sampson, and then
they're going to call a foul on McCallie, or no.
We'll see who this one's on. It looks like it's on Wolf.
Yeah.
Or excuse me, Zach Hobbs.
Yep, but that's going to be on Zach Hobbs.
Beginning of the game, we questioned how Webb would handle with the loss of Liam Willoughby and Cole Sams, their two big men on the bench, and how that would impact them both conditioning-wise and competing down low for the rebounds. And I don't think Webb has left any questions that they can compete, and they will compete.
But honestly, I don't think McCallie has tried to exploit that as a strategy for their offense. It seems like their guards have been taking most of the shots. They're not trying to work it down low.
That's a good point. As you say that, I haven't really seen any kind of offensive scheme from McCallie. I've seen both Williams and Calvin throwing up some crazy shots, and I've seen lack of effort, lack of second chance hustle, and that's really hurt them tonight.
McCallie holds the Spartans on the defensive end, and it is a must score on every possession for the Blue Tornado.
Nice steal.
Favors.
Oh.
Stolen. It's going to go to the corner for Zach Hobbs. His shot's off the mark and rebounded by Brandon Neighbors, it's getting physical down there in the post.
And that's something you like to see with a 27-point lead here. Spartans are still playing very tough
Austin
defense.
Cox underneath, gets the basket, and he's going to go to the line for one more.
What a game for Austin Cox.
The junior proving his place on the Spartans team in a big game like this. Webb is just opening this game wide open. It's a 29-point game. A possible 30-point advantage with a made free throw here by Cox. Again, no defenders for the Spartans, and the free throw is off the back iron. No good. 47-18, 7 minutes to go in the game. Fritz guarded by Jenkins out front. Gonna reset the offense, C.J. Fritz. It's gonna be Jacobs. Jacobs finds Calvin.
It's gonna be a foul. Looks off ball on McCallie.
And a foul on Jordan Williams.
That is his third. Coach McCallie opting to leave him in the game as he should at this point.
It's almost, it's not, it is desperation time if you're McCallie. You got to hit everything and stop Webb on every possession. 47-18, 6:42 to go. Whiteside with the ball. McCallie into a 2-3 zone now.
Interesting.
And it's going to be Jenkins. Jenkins drives. Alley-oop's it for Sampson. He wanted the dunk, couldn't get it, but that is just as good.
Could have gotten it if he wanted to. I just don't think the timing was there.
The vision on this Webb team is unbelievable.
Yeah. And there's a foul on the other side of the court. It looks like they're going to call it on the floor, though. No shot. Yeah, they're not going to count the basket, so we're going to shoot 2 here.
And that foul is going to be on number 14, Troy Whiteside, his 4th personal. They're going to call it on the floor. But it's going to be into the 1-and-1 for McCallie, so shots will come even though the foul was committed on the floor. And it's going to be Williams, sinks the front end to the 1-and-1.
Williams leading scorer tonight for the Blue Tornado, but don't let that fool you. He has missed a lot of shots tonight.
This whole McCallie team has been off, and you can credit a lot of that to the tight defense by the Spartans. Then you also have that all those turnovers in the first half coming back to haunt them. Here in the score, the second free throw is up and good by Williams.
As these are the first 2 points the Webb defense has given up since the end of the first period, and against an offense and a team like McCallie, that is truly a sensational thing to accomplish.
49-20, the score. Kick out to Troy Whiteside. He's going to fire a 3. It was open, and he got it. Troy Whiteside for 3.
And everything is going right for this Spartan team tonight. They look good. They look fresh. They don't look tired at all. And I look forward to watching how these guys are going to finish the rest of this year.
Jordan Williams with the ball for the Blue Tornado. Tries to go behind the back. It's going to be a steal by Cox.
Nice.
It's a 4-on-1 to Sampson.
Great pass there by Cox.
Right over Davis. Couch. Right over him. Goes Sampson for the bucket. 54-20. Dean Mignard goes to the score table along with Kevin Gormley. C.J. Fritz dumps it off. Calvin back to Fritz. Towards that corner. And now he's going to dribble into it.
Wide
Dumps
open.
it off and wide open.
Oh,
and
he missed it.
Layup and a tip in by Jacobs.
Just a miscommunication there on the double team.
Couch.
Somebody didn't get the roll.
Yeah, Couch misses the wide open layup. And Webb now with the ball. 5 minutes to go, 54-22. Neighbors in the corner for the Spartans. Again, McCallie in his 2-3 zone. Jenkins exploits it, drives inside, puts up a shot. Looked like he got fouled, kicks it back out Sampson. Sampson tries to work with what he's got. Dumps it back off Jenkins. In the short corner, fires a jumper, no good. Burton hustles for the rebound and gets it. Burton Sampson, guys, the senior, coming up huge tonight on the boards and hustle plays.
Yeah, he sure is. And he's been battled on the offensive side by the height. Definitely not scoring as much as he usually does, but the guards are really making up for it tonight.
Over to
Wide
Justin
open.
Jenkins again, to Troy Whiteside, again, open for 3.
Just
no
off that
good, and Couch going to get the rebound from McCallie.
For the Spartans to be this not as successful as they usually are from the three-point line tonight, along with Justin Jenkins being a little off on the offensive side of the ball with a lack of big men and about 7 players rotating in.
A no look to Troy Whiteside, and the Spartans lay it in. Easy. What a pass from Justin Jenkins.
And McCallie gets back down the court really fast. And
Williams misses the shot, and it's going to be number
Blocked.
5 blocked. Jacobs' shot blocked by Sampson. Sampson comes away with it. Here comes Burton. 3-on-2. Kick out to Cox.
Wide open.
For 3. No good.
And now looks like some subs are going to come in for the Spartans,
And
including sophomore Frank Romano and freshman Chris Zion.
Kevin Gormley and Dean Mignard come in the starting 4 of the starting 5 for the Men in Green will come out.
Getting a well-deserved standing ovation from the crowd. A job well done tonight.
The only player for the Webb staying in that's a starter has 4 fouls, and that's Troy Whiteside.
And it looks like McCallie will get some of their backups in as well. Davis Crutch, number 32, and number 51, Jonathan Swords.
And it's going to be Alford. Kicks it over to Swords.
They're going to call a foul on. They're going to call a foul on Troy. That's his 5th foul of the game, and he's going to foul out.
So Troy fouls out, but you know what? What a heck of a night.
What a presence he had on the court
14,
tonight.
Troy Whiteside.
And Troy's being informed that's his 5th foul.
He did a great job.
Great job.
Limiting the point guard, Jordan Williams. And Calvin, he played a very aggressive man-to-man defense.
And picked up 13 points on the offensive side of the ball.
At the line for McCallie, it's going to be Jonathan Swords. Swords' free throw is in and out. Kevin Gormley going to rebound. Webb still pushing. They remember from last year how this game ended, and they want to get little bad taste out of their mouth here. Gormley thinks about the 3, doesn't do it. Now he's going to pull up. Bad shot off the glass.
Nice rebound by Frank.
Frank Romano. And it's going to be Brandon Neighbors. Back to Romano. Thinks about the shot. Now gives it back to Neighbors.
Wide
Neighbors
open.
open for 3.
Money.
Got it for 3. Here in the 4th quarter, it's been a different story from behind the arc. Everything is falling.
When the 3-point games come in for the Spartans, and when they're playing like this tonight, I don't think there's anyone in the state that could stop this team.
Inside it goes for McCallie. Nothing doing for Couch, but a rebound by number 3.
No, it's possible I might
Moxie.
not have recorded on my stat sheet, but I have that as Brandon Neighbors' first basket of the game, but he's playing a great game defensively and offensively, setting up many plays.
Absolutely, he's done a good job. Him and Troy have done an excellent job guarding the guards for McCallie. Frank Romano tries to drive, and he tries to kick it to Gormley on the pass, but the pass
Good
intercepted.
save there by Crouch.
Chris Zion with the steal, and Webb going to reset the offense. 2:15 to go. Over to Frank. Romano inside to Gormley. He gets stuffed. Back out. Thinks about it. Now they're going to get it to Romano for 3 off the mark. So now with 2 minutes to go, 58-24, and McCallie with the ball on their end of the floor. Moxie. That pass goes up into the air. Couch gets the rebound, or comes down with it, and then a save by Kevin Gormley.
Well,
Frank Romano going to try to push it. It's going to go to Chris Zion. Zion gets his pass to Mignard, deflected, out of bounds. So Webb is going to be in possession of the basketball with 1:40 to go.
Yeah, Chris, just a freshman getting used to the high school game, but he's had some solid playing time in some previous games so far earlier in the season, and he's doing a great job with the opportunity he's been given.
So Kevin Gormley going to try to inbound it here. He will. Neighbors thinks about the 3. He has been hot lately. Tries to get some room to work. He's going to kick it over to Frank Romano. Romano to Zion. Back to Neighbors. Inside to Mignard. Back to Zion, the freshman. Had an open 3. He's going to get it to Neighbors. A 3 again, and he got it. Brandon Neighbors on fire from 3.
Neighbors, one of those solid 3-point shooters on the team, and that shows tonight as he goes 2 for 2 from behind the line.
And Jordan Williams drives the lane, or excuse me, Moxie drives the lane and gets fouled. He'll go to the line for 2. So 50.4 to go in this game. And so guys, at this point, we'll talk about it in the post game, but an awesome effort on both ends of the floor for the Spartans. Too many turnovers that they forced to count. Moxie's first free throw was up and no good.
Absolutely phenomenal effort. And looking at the scoring sheet from McCallie Blue Tornado, they've got number 2 Jordan Williams in the lead with 7 points, followed by Jamal Calvin with 6 points. Nick Jacobs, number 5, coming up with 4 points, as Moxie and Whitner and Wolf and Alford all end up with 2 points, making a grand total of 24 for this McCallie team.
the pass to Romano goes off of his hands and out of bounds.
Not the greatest pass there, but.
So 30 seconds to go in this game.
And the Ricky Norris chant has started in the student section.
And that pass, McCallie going to stay in control of the basketball. Clock continues to run as we take under 10 seconds. Ball gets in quickly to Clark. Clark gets it to Moxie. Moxie. That ball is tipped around, stolen by Gormley, and that is the perfect way to end this game. It's over from the Lee Athletic Center. Webb upsets McCallie 61-24 here at the Lee Athletic Center. And let's quickly move into the Shrimp Talk postgame show. And guys, if you had to give this game to one player, the WOW Network player of the game, who does it go to?
You know, it's tough, Andrew. It's tough. I'm kind of split between Troy Whiteside and Austin Cox. Both played great games. They both had 13 points. I'm going to give it to AC. He had so many hustle plays out there today. Made some great passes. Had that one play down here in the corner. So I got to give it to AC tonight.
Austin Cox, phenomenal effort offensively and defensively. Definitely deserving of the WOW player of the game. The Spartans come back to the sideline to get all their collectibles, but they have earned this victory tonight.
They sure have, Andrew. And just some scoring totals, Alex already told you McCallie's total, but for Webb, Dean Miniard with 2, Brandon Avery with 6, Justin Jenkins with 8, Kevin Gormley with 5, Burton Sampson with 10, and as we mentioned earlier, Troy Whiteside and Austin Cox tie at 13.
So good stuff all around for the Spartans. And you know, Alex, we talk a lot about this offense. They put up 61 points tonight. Unbelievable. That's pretty good, especially on a night when you're off from 3.
Absolutely. It was a testament to this Webb offensive production. Coach Ricky Norris came in here trying to prevent the McCallie catch and release. Not only did he prevent the catch and release quick shot, he prevented any kind of shots. This McCallie team was stone cold from anywhere on the floor tonight.
I mean, anytime you hold a team to just 24 points, it's a good night. And just a note here, Webb scored 25 points in the first half. So we could have gone to bed at the end of the first half and it'd been all right.
Exactly right. This game was over after the first half for sure.
Webb
just kept playing and playing and playing, and in the end, they come out victorious. But before we go, let's talk about the defense a little bit. They forced so many turnovers in that full court press. Mm-hmm. Would you be surprised if that's something they run all season?
You know, I've seen one game before today, and they play against Maryville, and they had the high intensity. So I think it's something they look to continue. It's something Coach Norris thinks will work for this team, and obviously it worked tonight against a team from Division II, AA.
I think with the addition of players like Sams and Willoughby, who will add even more depth to this Spartans team, the future for this basketball program is only looking upwards and optimistic for Coach Ricky Norris, as he has to have from next to 0 complaints for this Spartan team tonight.
And a team that's definitely expected to make a run in the state tournament. They'll open up Division II single A play here shortly in the later months of December as we go into December tomorrow. So it's the sky's the limit for this Spartans, and if they can stay healthy, anything can happen.
A huge win at home for the Mid and Green puts the Webb Spartans basketball squad at 6-1 on the season. Off to a phenomenal start. They're going to try to keep that success rolling. An upset from the Athletic Center. Webb goes 2-0 tonight. The girls defeat GPS, and this game just went final. The Spartans of Webb defeat the Blue Tornado of McCallie 61-25, the final score. And, we want to remind you that the middle school A and B team basketball games will be on the WOW Network next Tuesday. And we hope that you will join them in their success as they look forward to a season and try to repeat what just happened here tonight. Webb wins both games, girls and guys, but it just went final. Webb 61, McCallie 25 for all of our broadcasters. Alex Lansing, James Moon, and our tech crew. I'm Andrew Robinson. Thank you for listening, and dream of Spartan victory. Good night.
Good job.
In the shore.